Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
You know, his authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name? What is your name?
All right, guys, today's court hearing is completely insane. We have Matthew Aldridge here, at least according to the paperwork, but the man standing at the podium is pulling the classic "I don't have a name" routine. He's even calling himself an attorney of fact, which, by the way, isn't an actual thing in law. People like this, the sovereign citizen crowd, always try to claim the court has no authority over them. But the reality is simple. If you're in the court's jurisdiction, the court has power over you. The judge isn't falling for it at all and shuts him down hard at the end. He completely outplays this guy. Let's jump right into it.
My name?
Yes, sir.
I don't have.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent mayor.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
No, I do not this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge.
Why don't we court just let me file this document?
Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Apparently there's a copy here.
I mean, it's one thing for this guy to claim he's an attorney of fact, but to support that claim, he literally handed the judge a random piece of paper. I know you didn't really get to see it, because that part was pretty slow, but the document he submitted quoted a completely made-up law that supposedly gives him the authority to represent Matthew Aldridge. And just to be clear, real attorneys must be licensed by the state and follow proper legal procedures. This isn't some DIY, one-page paper legal fantasy. Sovereign citizens like this guy love to argue about jurisdiction, acting as if simply declaring themselves above the law actually works. And spoiler alert, it doesn't. Courts operate based on established laws, not imaginary ones. And the judge here is clearly not interested in entertaining this nonsense. Honestly, is this whole sovereign citizen movement becoming more common? Or am I just unlucky enough to keep running into these strange cases? Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's get into it.
All right. Well, I find that Matthew Neal Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neal Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neal Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Question. Is that an Article 3 trial?
To what?
Would that be an Article 3 trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury, certainly it would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time to all of these other citizens who are here today. So when I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You are wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are in fact Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be uttered.
The judge deals with this situation like a true professional, staying calm, in control, and shutting down every argument effortlessly. The defendant hardly gets a chance to push his made-up legal claims before the judge breaks them down one by one. As soon as the guy starts quoting fake laws, it's clear the judge has no patience for it, and even shuts him down in a slightly amusing way. Right from the beginning, it's obvious the judge isn't going to waste time on this circus. In the end, it shows just how pointless and ridiculous these stunts really are.
Then we will set a July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place, and his case will be set, will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th. That's the judgment of the court. You need to take your piece of paper and go on about your business.
Sovereign citizens are honestly something else. These are people who believe they can simply opt out of the legal system by claiming they don't recognize the government's authority. They often rant about things like common law or the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, while completely misunderstanding how any of these laws actually function. To be clear, courts operate under federal, state, and local laws that have existed for centuries and are backed by the Constitution, and there is no loophole that allows someone to decide the rules no longer apply to them. Instead, these individuals flood courtrooms with bizarre arguments, wasting everyone's time and accomplishing nothing except earning themselves a criminal record. From a legal standpoint, the entire sovereign citizen defense collapses because of jurisdiction, since courts have authority over anyone within their geographic area regardless of whatever legal nonsense is being claimed. These arguments might sound smart in echo chambers, but judges have heard it all before and don't entertain it for even a moment. For anyone wondering, using these tactics to dodge taxes or get out of a speeding ticket doesn't just fail, it can actually lead to harsher penalties for wasting the court's time. Personally, I don't understand why people keep trying this, whether they think they're outsmarting the system or it's just some strange form of rebellion. But either way, it's ridiculous and honestly kind of sad because they're not fighting the system at all. They're just making fools of themselves. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up my breakdown for today. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on sovereign citizens in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching.